Yeah, it's a grand swell chain. Yeah.
She steps in the room like a Wall Street queen. Stacks so high they're touching the screen. No suits, no ties, just a pink power suit. Kicking down doors in a Louboutin boot. Bull Barbie takes the gains, leaves the rest. Sharp as a blade, she's passing the test. No room for the fake, no time for the slow. She's the go, I watch her profits grow. She's got charts in her mind and gold in her grip. Every trade she makes is a mic drop flip. They try to keep up, but they're miles behind. Bull Barbie's a storm, a mastermind. They call her the boss, but she's more than that. Turns every bear into a welcome mat. No whispers, no doubt, she's loud and proud. Riding that bull right through the crowd. Barbie takes the gains, leaves the rest. Sharp as a blade, she's passing the test. No room for the fake, no time for the slow. She's the go, watch her profits grow. So here's to the queen who's rewriting the game. Bull Barbie's the fire, the unstoppable flame. She's got the hustle, the muscle, the drive to win. And bow down to the trader with the ultimate spin.
Good morning. Good morning, Tony. Alrighty. There I am. My stream's still a little bit weird. I'm halfway through updating it, but I got a new intro song. Did that one turn out cool? Yeah, that's a AI. That's the first one I went with, or the first one I tried too. It turned out awesome. So it's a keeper. I was just joking around, and then I was like, wait, that would be funny to start the stream with. I should do that. I'm also very tiny, aren't I? I'm telling you, my stream is all messed up right now. I started making changes and didn't finish, but if I wait forever, it'll never get done. So. I like the part about using bears as a welcome mat. That one gets me. Well, how are y'all doing on this slow day? We got that one little move. And I totally fumbled it. I got a small play on ES. Totally screwed up the NASDAQ. I can't believe I did that too. Sometimes I blame streaming though because I'm doing too many things. But one of the things I'm doing right now is I swear I keep updating my ninja chart over and over and over again and it's not holding. So I need to make sure I get all this saved. Like, what is your problem? I use on my micros chart. So I load the minis and the micros on my charts, on my ninja charts, and then I switch back and forth. But it keeps like pulling up the June contract for the mini and then the September contract for the micros. And then it squishes up my chart and it's driving me crazy. Okay, I think I got this one fixed though, but that's the MES one. And can I switch to ES? Yes. Thank you. Thank you for not being such a freaking weirdo. Okay. Now I just have to make sure I'm trading the right thing. I can handle that. Well, my ES chart is fixed. Michael, you missed the move on ES and waiting for a retest. Yeah, we didn't really get one. Also, my kind of spot for this move up was, well, I was watching ES more, but I was really watching the 63 level. That's even 1.5 of the opening move. I still have my orb tool on there. So this has surprised me a little bit. I think we've gone a little bit farther than was expected. And honestly, to make this move up, I would have rather tested lower first. This is why I ended up like totally disappointed, because I just had a starter started. I didn't get my full position. I wanted to come down here and test 30. We made that low on the 13th. Whatever day that was. This is why I label these things. But if we had tested down there, let me show you what it looks like on the hourly. It would have been so much cleaner. That's not it. We'll get there. Let's go to the hourly. You'll be able to see it there. Am I on the right one? No. There we go. Like, these aren't the right levels. Anyway, right here, like we had a gap down and it got filled, but I don't know, maybe we're just avoiding all this. If we avoid all this, what this looks like, and then I should have a level marked here. Oh, I might have just kind of missed that level here, because check this out. We had the close on yesterday. And RTH has we got back over it. RTH tested it. Maybe the market is kind of satisfied. RTH anyway. I didn't really kind of look at it that way. Did y'all follow that thought process at all? You can see the volume. I don't know if you can. You might have to have it on good resolution. But there's like a blue area here, that's the extended hours, and then the black where these volume bars are is the regular trading hours. And this is the hourly, so it starts halfway through this bar. But so we closed here. That whole drama with, it seemed like decent drama, bombings and whatnot. But then we opened up back over that, and when we just tested lower, and the market's been satisfied up here so far. So maybe we are getting that. We haven't made it quite yet. Well, if we put in a new higher low up here, then we keep going, right? 60.82, here we come. Okay, so you're short right now on NASDAQ. Let's go back down to this chart to 40. Yeah, we got a little spot there. Maybe that would be another spot to join back long too. Let's see. Oh no, you're welcome. That means you're a bear. There's Bear. Speaking of Bear, my new little AI intro song. It's hilarious, by the way. It's got a spot in there about using bears as welcome mats. It cracks me up. Tried Ninja due to your contest. So many things not to like about Ninja. Oh no. Sorry you don't like it. Is it because it's like complicated or what? There's a learning curve to it for sure. It's very powerful though. I literally cannot imagine trading the way most people trade, like just on one chart with one broker loaded. I can't show you all this because it's like personal information, but I'm connected to multiple brokers. So the other options you do, if you have a setup like mine where you're connected to all these different brokers and have automations running, I mean, if you don't like automations, it's kind of one of the strengths of NinjaTrader. But if you like that sort of thing, the competitors to NinjaTrader are Sierra Chart, Addis, that sort of thing. None of them are easy to set up. None of them are simple. Yeah, there's Robert Dawson. I know that guy. He calls his orders in old school on a rotary telephone. You probably aren't even old enough to have used a rotary telephone. Maybe. Depends on how poor you were. Maybe a little bit. No offense. We had a rotary telephone. Yeah, we could end up, I thought we were going to ping pong a little bit lower. That's kind of what I was looking at. I thought we were going to ping pong below that 63 level, but I guess the market got a little excited. I actually recently closed down our fax number. It's like embarrassing because we had to have it for our business. And I converted it to one of those that goes to email. And it's still like, why don't you just email it to me? And I know I need to fax it to you. It's like, well, the fax goes to my email. So if you already have it on your computer, you don't need to print it and then fax it to me. It's like, no, we need to fax it. I'm like, okay. Fax it to me. I can barely understand TradingView. Well, look at it this way. I mean, it's not Facebook, right? If you're gonna go into any other career, you're probably gonna have to learn a computer system. If you go into medicine, you're gonna have to learn a computer system. If you go into banking, you're gonna have to learn a computer system. If you're a physical therapist, you're gonna have to learn a computer system. And that's what the software is. It's the computer systems that we use to conduct our business. So I don't think it's meant to be just like easy the first time you open it. And the more powerful something is, the less easy it's going to be when you first open it, because there's more things to learn how to use. So that part does suck. You do have to, that is part of it. I mean, I think the surprise when you're learning to trade is it's not just learning the charts and how to tell when the little candlesticks are going to make a turn and when they're going to turn back the other way. It's not just like, oh, I know to sell this high. This is what everyone thinks when you come on to like day trading, when you're brand new. And I'm saying this from personal experience too. I'm not just like trying to come at anybody. But you see these little, like, this is what you think of as a stock chart. I'm going to expand this one. This is what you think of as a stock chart. And so you think, oh, I'm going to learn how to know that this was about to turn around here. And I'm going to know to sell here. Or I mean, to cover here. And I'm going to know each one of these turns. I'm going to know that this candle means to buy. And I'm going to know that this candle means to sell. And that's not what trading is. First, we learn how to just read a candlestick chart. That, you know, these ones are up and these ones are down, and like why we have wicks and bodies and all that, and what in the heck this line is. This one's a VWAP, by the way, but like what all that kind of nonsense is. And that's such a small part of it, because yeah, we have all these tools. You have to learn how to use the Fibonacci's. That probably would have taken me 3 minutes when I first started using this to try to figure out where in the hell that tool was. But that's, you know, it gets easier and easier as we go through the whole process here. Good morning, Rob. Very wop, yes. Message retracted. I don't even get to see it. Ninja has great technical customer service. I used it already, and they said, yeah, I've had that too. So, I think this might be a generational thing where you don't want to reach out to customer service, and some people have ruined it for us, because maybe you've reached out to Apex customer service and think that like that's normal, but it's not. Ninja Trader has really good service. I like how I can bring my accounts with me to Trade-Evate and in their web browser. I mean, Ninja Trader bought Trade-Evate, so like if you go into the arena and you just like on the website there, you can click on trade and it brings up the I don't know if I can do this. I don't think I can log in easily here, but if you just click on trade, it'll bring up you can click on web, and then it'll bring up the Trade-Evate that you're used to seeing. So that's also Ninja Trader. It's giving me a tutorial. This is all messed up. There's nothing for me to show you. But if you do go through the arena and click on trade, it's going to open, if you click on that web trader, it's going to open up 𝗙𝗵𝗿. Not to be confused with TradingView. I've said that wrong a bunch, so. Yeah, NinjaTrader will really, really help you out. And you can Google a lot. There's like basically all the basic problems people have had. Part of the problem is nobody's made videos, and I'm actually working on that. I have this whole outline of videos, and I've recorded multiple of them, and they're not out yet for various reasons, but I am still working on getting those out. So I will be having NinjaTrader videos. So if you ask me questions too, like support is great. They know more than I do. But if you want to know basic stuff about setting things up, I'm going to work on those videos. And so if you have requests, you can put those in. You struggle to choose your targets for profit. Can you share what you did when you just started your journey? I don't think you should ever be entering. You shouldn't enter before you have a target, by the way. That's all part of the package of your playbook. And I know, so everyone kind of has the different terms they use when they're teaching about trading. And so I don't want to say that anyone else is wrong. This is just kind of the words that I use when I'm thinking about it. But we have strategies and plans and all that stuff. So my plan, it's more like a business plan. I've got my personal funded accounts, and they're at a couple different brokers, and I have the different props that I'm trading to work on, leveraging extra, getting payouts from those in addition to the trades that I'm already taking. And there's different strategy with that because these accounts are different sizes at this point. It's kind of a mess. It drives me crazy because like this one can take micros, but this one can take 5 micro. Like it's a whole thing. So, I'm managing all of that kind of thing, but where was I going with this? That's the plan. Like, that's the business plan, like how many contracts I'm taking, what accounts I'm trading, and what assets I'm going to be looking at. If I'm going to be looking at, so I'm trading mostly futures, at least for day trading, and that's what I stream trading is futures. So I'm looking at the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ futures. So that's part of my plan. As part of that, I'm also looking at the VIX, and I'm looking at some tech stocks that are heavily weighted in both of these. And that's my plan, is to stick to kind of that basket of stuff that I'm looking at. Inside of that plan, I have my strategies, which is basically like my playbook. So like the most recent strategy I shared, because it's really, really simple. And some of the comments are like complaining because it's so simple, but that's the beauty of it, is it's so simple. And it's that opening range breakout trade, because that steps you through what a trading strategy is and how that's developed and that sort of thing. But basically, I'm looking for a strategy that I can identify. Me personally, not 𝗵𝗍𝗶𝗰 Trader channel, who's really, really good at finding this other strategy that I just cannot get the hang of. And then I just focus on that one strategy over and over and over. And so I'm an expert at it. And it's not that I can't lose, but if I do lose, it's not that big of a deal. It can be made up in a trade or two and doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my confidence trading and all that sort of thing. And that's why if I focus just on one play and get really, really good at it, like the opening range breakout, then I can add another play on top of that. And that would be like the first bar with trade, the 𝗵𝗿 trade. Or, I have a ton that I need to cover, but all these different little strategies that you can look for and have as part of your playbook. So your trading plan is to look for these strategies that are in your playbook on the assets that you're watching for, and not execute other things, and not take more leverage than is part of your plan and all of that. So that's kind of the process that I think you need to work up to, because it's not learning that this candle, this is a doji, that's a reversal candle, but you don't have confidence in just taking every little doji all by itself. You have to then exactly know where your target is and things. So when you have those things in your playbook, a strategy comes with an entry and exits. So you have your good exit conditions and your bad exit conditions, but you're always going to have that in your strategy. So after you have that, then you can start looking for plays. But like today, I don't know. I've found this trading kind of tricky, and there might be another trader who's doing really, really, really great. And that doesn't mean that I suck. And I personally have to remind myself this. That doesn't mean that I suck just because I don't see it today. There's other strategies and other plays that are, and other personalities too, that are going to work really well with this market condition. And my day is going to come. It's just not today. Barbie can't lose. That's what they think. Like the trolls in the chat when I'm streaming, at least in the bigger channel too, is like, yeah. Someone was saying I looked upset, like I was about to cry. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? Like, why would I do this if this like made me cry every day? That's stupid. You like to trade the 5-minute orb, but you struggle with taking an entry because I got caught by fake outs. Then do you like trading the 5-minute orb? Like, think about that. So go, I mean, you are going to lose, and sometimes it's going to lose a lot, but that's why you go back and test it and test it and test it. And the more data you have, so that's why some people were in there like, well, I tested it for 10 days and it doesn't work. 10 days doesn't personally give me confidence. I need more like 100, 120, like bare minimum to actually test it. But you'll find your happy spot. Maybe it is 50. It's not for me. I like to have a lot of numbers behind me. So the more numbers that I can get, the better. There's also a point where it's too many, because some people said, well, I took it back 10 years. On something like a breakout trade, I don't think that 10 years ago is a very good example of what's happening right now, because we have a lot higher volatility during the day, even percent-wise, than we had 10 years ago. So I'm not going to focus I'm not going to weigh 10 years ago data the same as a year ago or 6 months ago even. Red folder days can be tough to trade the orb. Yes and no. First of all, if you guys try to avoid red folder days, you're never going to trade. I'm going to make sure. I told you earlier my stream's kind of messed up. Hopefully this. Yeah. Okay. So here's this week. So I have yellow folder filtered out. I just don't give a shit. It can move the market 10 points. It does not affect my trading. And I'll still see those things come across the news feed, but I'm not making a plan around them. This is what I'm making a plan around. But even like some of this orange folder news isn't that much. But look at all this red folder news. Like if I decided I wasn't going to trade red folder days, then I would have 3 days this week. 2 days, Monday and Friday. Like that really sucks. I need better than that. Next week too. So I would have Tuesday and Wednesday. But here's the thing. So the 10 a.m. news, because if it's a 15-minute orb and we have, and we're taking it as early, the earliest that we would possibly be taking this trade is 15 minutes before this news is out at 10 o'clock, right? That's even orange folder. Let's go. We didn't have a red folder, but let's say we have an orange or a red folder 10 a.m. news, and we take a trade as early as 15 minutes. I mean, that is something you can consider. You can filter those out. In my testing, I found that a lot of the times this can be the catalyst that makes the trade happen. So you can make the call where you enter it, and then if you don't have enough room where you can trail it, you exit it before that 10 a.m. news. You could take all those things into there. But if I'm trying to make a trade that's so super simple, it is very, very core, that everyone can add their own kind of personality and nuance to it, I'm not going to say like this is a rule that I'm going to tell the whole internet about, but that is something that you can test and look at. I have found that when we have the 8:30 news before the market opens, that these are usually good days because the data is already in. Now the market is digesting it. And if we're going to get a breakout based on something, a big number like GDP or retail sales or anything like that, that's actually going to be the catalyst that causes the breakout. So I'm definitely not going to avoid these pre-market news events that come. And that's not going to make me avoid an orb at all. It's those 10 a.m. ones that make me kind of, There's some food for thought. Boba, thank you for reminding me to tell you guys to come like and subscribe and do all that. Do the liking and the subscribing. Now we got the 10K. We got the 10K. You know what's crazy is I manifested this because I don't know. In the back of my mind, I always thought at 10K, I'm gonna get a big opportunity. And I just always believed that. It just was never like a question. It's just like when I hit 10K, I'm going to have a big opportunity. And I can't tell you what it was because I don't know if it's something that's going to happen or not. But I did get a big opportunity. So it's kind of cool. Like I keep telling y'all, keep positive, and the positive things really do happen because I've been on both sides of it. I've been old negative Nelly, like fart knocking everything and like bitter and just, I mean, if you want to be bitter and hateful, you can find all the negativity you want. There's a lot of horrible shit going on in the world. So if you want to find it, you can, promise. We're on a 1 minute over coming into the lunch hour. I don't even remember what I was looking for there. But yeah, here's the orb on this one, and I totally fumbled it like a freaking idiot. I ended up getting stopped out on this candle because I trailed it too soon. But I literally I didn't even follow my rules this morning. I was focused on this ES trade that I didn't really want to cover on the stream, and that's kind of how that happened. But it's hard to have when I'm streaming, my screens get so busy. I need to go through and clean them all. I just have like everything I was working on yesterday still up. It's not good. This is not a good situation right now. Yep, law of attraction. I mean, if you call it law of attraction, then everyone thinks you're like, you know, smoking a little too much reefer and being a little hippy dippy, but I mean, it's literally based on quantum physics. And this isn't like science that everyone was touting online 5 years ago. Like actual real science is actual real fact. It's not an opinion. So, all right, Boba, that's all right. We'll be back in Discord later. We gotta go knock some farts, boobies. Yeah, if this opportunity does pan out, it'll be huge for everybody here. We'll see though. Lots to consider. It's crazy how this journey has taken me, because you think about that exponential growth curve that you want. You know, not the straight up and down one, but the curvy, that good old curvy one. And we think about that in our accounts. We want our accounts to look like that. But what's cool is it's for me anyway, it's not just been in my accounts. It's been kind of everywhere. You know, I got to use another good one the other day. I was trying to remember what the context was. It was in the Discord. It's like, well, that would go over like a fart in church. That's one that we don't get to use enough either. I forgot we had that emote. Oh my gosh. You guys, the trading ranch did not start off as a very professional place at all. There's one of our original. I just posted it. I forgot about that. It's got like a random hole in it too, like on the side though. Like, why does it have a hole? We just never fixed it. It's not supposed to be there. Okay, I'm watching this. Like, it's really trying to hold this swing here. I'll take it in one of these little smaller accounts I have. We're not going to go crazy. I'm going to take a little long here. I'm not sharing this account. I have to change something. Hang on. Which account is this? I don't even know. Why are my accounts, they're upside down? That's why I can't figure out. They're shuffled the wrong way. The numbers were highest number at the top. That makes way more sense. Almost there. All right. This is on MES, just to do something. See if we can get some lunch money. I don't know if this is going to work out. I'm not even going to give it down to VWAP. And then we'll just go to that high. It's kind of looking like it's trying to bear flag a little bit, but I don't know, I'm just bored. It's a boredom trade. Hey guys, you notice how small I boredom trade, by the way? Can't even see my VIX chart right now. I'm telling you, this whole screen is streaming stuff right now. I'm driving me crazy. We also had VIX come up to like 20 resistance here. So this is kind of a VIX bet, but it's not, I don't like it. I'll go back if that does something. We could just be snoozing here. Law of attraction believers is not where weirdos are. The weirdos are trading ICT. I just literally don't know how you can listen to that stuff. I mean, I tried because I wanted to know, like, what's a breaker block? Everyone's talking about breaker blocks. What the hell is this? I had to go learn what a breaker block was from somebody else because you cannot freaking learn it from the dipshit himself. But, you know, if you want drama and not trading, you can watch that. Or you can trade while watching The Real Housewives. It's kind of the same effect. I just don't get this stuff. We were talking about this morning and like, why would you go on to somebody's social media who's like, and this wasn't even mine, but why would you go onto somebody's social media where they're posting like day in the life of trading, like here's what happened in my trading today, and just go on there and be like, well, you're stupid, or well, that's because you can't turn a profit, or that's a stupid trade, like whatever it is. Like why are there trolls? Why do you troll people doing that? Like who goes out of their way to like just say nasty shit? Again, not the people who are winning. Law of attraction right there. Like you're trying to find something wrong with everybody, like with people doing things better than you. You're looking at people, not you guys, obviously, but if you're a troll, you're looking at somebody who's doing something that you want to do. Like they're trading way better than you, or they live in a multi-million-dollar house, or they're driving whatever car. You're looking at them and you're going, well, okay, but they suck actually because of this one thing. And it's like, what? Why are you doing that? Why would you? What? It doesn't make any sense why you would try to pick apart somebody who has what you want or is living what you want, whatever it is. Like, why would you do that? This trade really sucks. I don't like it. Should I bail? I don't like it. Yeah, but just because it's not working for you, like, why do you go bitch at somebody else about it? Like, put your big girl panties on and go figure it out. Like, bitching at somebody is not going to make it better for you. Yeah, and then you go click on the, I got this long ass, he must have reached the character limit on all the advice this guy was going to give me about my channel. And I was like, okay. Clicked on his little thing, take me to this guy's channel, 29 followers. 29 followers, and you're going to come in here and give me an essay on everything that I'm doing wrong? This is how it is most of the time. Like, that's how it is most of the time. The insults do not come from above. They never do. Maybe we're getting our full reversal. Let's watch a NASDAQ too. NASDAQ looks like it wanted to move up. It's not giving it to me. What a boring day today. I think it's probably because we have the holiday tomorrow. That's why I had to come hang out with you guys for a little bit. We don't want a boring holiday tomorrow. Look how nice the orb worked out with me today since I fumbled it. I mean, like, what is Murphy's Law for trading? We need a fancier word for it. There's like dog hairs floating around and getting stuck on my face, or cat hairs or something. They do look the same. I love it when they look the same, but I like it more when they're doing things. Like, do something. Poke it with a stick. Oh my gosh. Yeah, nobody's in Discord today. Shame, shame. You know what it is? If you don't give people free signals like all day, every day, they get pissed off. Because everybody thinks that you're supposed to be able to get 10-point trades in every day before whatever time. Like that's how the market works. You're about to take a trade based off the circumference of the imbalance to see if, okay. Flip a coin ICT strategy. Whatever floats your boat, just my style. Look, if you're going to trade ICT, don't be a dick about it, basically. It's these guys that, first of all, the guy's a lunatic. He's literally said it. He literally like talks about his own mental illnesses. And then these guys like want to be replicas. Like, the guy cannot trade. He might talk a big game, but we all know he can't. Like, that's just literally a fact. It's not liable or slander if it's a proven true fact. Okay. And it's a proven true fact is well established. Dude doesn't trade. So why is that your hero? Why do you want to replicate him? Why do you want to be a mini-me? I don't understand why you want to be a mini-me anyway, but blaze your own trail. So that's why, like, everyone wants me to hate on everyone that talks about a fair value gap, but I'm not going to, because some people have kind of found their way on it. I mean, they're trading auction theory and market profile. They just don't know it. So whatever. It doesn't work because it's ICT. It works because it's market profile. As long as I don't go hating on other people. You don't go like, well, you're a piece of shit because you trade with volume profile, and volume profile isn't Enigma. The orb worked so well this morning. I'm queen of typos, by the way, so I can pick up what you're dropping. Yeah, I don't like this trade at all. This is just chop. It's just gonna get chopped up. Let's see if I can bail on it. I'm going to try a graceful exit. There it is. This is my graceful exit. I just try to get out as close to break even to cover commissions as possible. May not work out, but if not, I still have my stop loss that I was originally okay with. I see VIX trying to move up. Even if it doesn't end up successfully moving up, I think it's going to chop. And so I think this was a stupid idea. But yeah, so over here, there's the orb. So this box here is the opening range. And those are the extensions. This thing's gonna just completely disappoint me like my morning trading. Some days you're just not on though, you know? All right, who has been trading props? You know what I need to do? I need to get more of y'all on my funded futures. Especially off of Apex. And I'm still trading Apex, and so I hate like don't trade Apex, but I only have those accounts because I've always had those accounts. We gotta get some better accounts going. I do too. I think I always say this like every week. This week I'm gonna focus on evals, but I really do think next week that's gonna be a big part of my plan. I'm gonna make myself a big sticky note and have it be my main chart for a little bit. Because I gotta get I want to get some more accounts. I haven't added any in a while. I haven't lost any either, but I haven't been prop trading so much. One guy says if you're going to enter a trade, put your entry where you would normally put your stop. I see that. I mean, I don't trick myself into entries or stops anymore. I think what he's trying to say, I think that's a patience thing. So for me, I look at that as patience. I do need to bail on this. This is not working out. I'm just going to close it. Wah, wah. Where's my soundboard when I need it? Seriously, I messed with my stream deck for the other stream and everything's wrong right now. It's driving me crazy. I'll tell you what I think the people are saying with the put your entry where you think you should put your stop. And that would be like entering between levels. So as an example, oops, I'm on the wrong chart. This is the way I think about that, because I think that's, I don't know. I heard that after, but let's even look. And I don't even want this box on here right now. Let's see if I can turn that off for a sec. But I think that helps you not enter between levels, because there's all of this here, and you can see when we have a nice run like this, you're like, oh, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. But so what if you were going to enter up here? Like you're feeling FOMO. You just want to enter on this. So you like you want to enter up here. Well, if you are going to put a stop on kind of like this bull flag here, then yeah, I can see where he's talking about that. It's a matter of waiting for that entry. So that's a patience exercise, waiting for the real entry. But I'm always waiting for my real entries. So really, I would be waiting for a level more than likely. But I can see where that comes from. But my stop is where my stop should be, because I've tested stuff. If you don't know where your stop should go or where your entry should be, maybe. But you should know where your entry and your stop are going to be. Your entry, your take profit, and your stop before you enter. You really should. And I know that's in the heat of the moment, that's not always super simple. That's why I made like this orb tool. So at least when I'm trading the orb, I can have that. But I really do. I show you guys these little boxes, and that's my gap box. But I have even a template for just white box. I use this white box all over the place just to kind of mark things, because it'll show me where the whole trade is. So if I was going to enter like a little flag break over here, I can see if I was targeting that level here, I can just really quickly take that box. So that's where 1 would be, and then pull it down here. That's where the stop would be. So yeah, I can probably make that less or something like that. It just gives me that quick little visual. Even when I don't draw the boxes, I kind of see them on there. I'm just kind of making that judgment call. It's like if you're pulling your car out into traffic onto a big highway, you gotta look left, you gotta look right, and you're gonna make a judgment call on how close those cars are coming. And we're kind of doing that in the charts too when we're picking our positions, because you know, once you get good practice at this, that's why we start just trading one at a time, like little one lots. Then you're just looking exactly where that target is. But then you start, once that comes more naturally, then you can add second targets and bigger positions where, okay, if I take 3 off there and I'm targeting a runner up here, but I'm going to trail it, like it starts getting more natural because I'm still kind of thinking about those blocks that like kind of where a 1-to-1 would be or a 2-to-1 and that sort of things. Hey, what's up? Are these fire lines? These are not. So these on this side, this is why they're labeled, is these are literally just for my analysis. I do a higher time frame analysis to find my levels. I don't mess around on these 5-minute charts to try to find support and resistance. I always go to the higher time frames. And then when I come down to the 5-minute, these are going to be really good, strong levels. And then on this side, this is the orb wrangler. I'm going to show you fire lines though. So the fire lines, and I actually noticed this earlier, both the NASDAQ and the ES are really just hanging around the inflection point. So in Rob's system, you're not going to trade in here between the blue and the purple. The white line's mine. I just had that added to mine. That's VWAP. Everything else is just bare bones how fire lines comes. So I wasn't using fire lines today just because, you know, this whole opening move was really kind of inside of that, the what is it? The slaughterhouse, the abattoir. I had to think of it in French. Rookie question. This thing on my chat keeps getting in my way. Could you tell me how to place the measurement tool you had on NASDAQ? This one? This is an indicator that I wrote, and you have to have access to the indicator. And I'm sorry, I'm rude and I charge because they actually cost me money sometimes, like, to put these things out. But otherwise, I had the Fibonacci earlier, and I didn't have my tools handy, but it's on the left right here. Is this Fibonacci retracement tool, and you can favorite them, and then they'll come up in another toolbar. But so I favorited the fib retracement. So when I have that tool, and I have the magnet turned on, you can't see that either, but that's over here. I have the magnet turned on. So when I just hover over a low, I can grab it. And then if I hover over a high, I can grab it. Okay. Yeah, the other one's the orb. And then the other thing I use, this is just literally a box. It's just a white box. It's just like the cheapest little, easiest little tool you can make for measuring things. They have a measurement tool too, but yeah, this is the orb wrangler. So I have it set where you can set the different, you have the start time. Mine says 8:30 because I'm central. So I'm an hour earlier than New York. So the New York session opens at 8:30 my time. And then I have it, the duration is 15 minutes. The hay time is how long these lines will print. So I can just have it show up for an hour. And then it's going to stop printing them. I liked that because a lot of the times I'm only looking for an orb during the opening range. And then I can just leave this on and be lazy about it. And it's not going to be messing up and putting marks later on my chart. But I think the whole session is like, I don't know, a lot of hours. So I'll keep that on like that. Because it's hitting the hay. I couldn't figure out what to call that. I was like, oh, we're going to make those lines hit the hay. Do you have a live daily? I'm committed to the My Funded Futures show in the morning. So I'm over on their channel. So if you search for My Funded Futures, I'm on the first hour and a half of their show. And then I pop over here as I can. So I know some people like love to sit in front of the computer all day. I do not. But when I'm here, I'll stream. There goes my trade. God damn it. I'm telling you, this is not my day today. Some days, like, it's just not happening. And I could keep battling this all day. Or I could just be like, and not do it anymore. I'm in Texas. And And by the way, I don't know why the New York time has to be the standard, because we have the Chicago Board of Exchange and now we have the Texas Exchange. I forgot what it's called already. So we have 2 exchanges in Central. I'm just saying. By the way, you got 3 50Ks and a 25K funded. Nice. You can change the settings of the fib or yeah. I have some I don't know if I have it anymore because usually I just get lazy and program these things. I'm just going to throw a fib on here so I can look at my templates. Because you can save the templates. Yeah. Like, I don't even know what half these are. I use this one. This is so dim. Y'all can't see that. I have one that's just 50% if I just want to get the 50% mark. So this is one that I could potentially use. But that was the thing, is like, it's like, why anything I have to mark on the chart over and over and over again every day? No, we're done. I don't want to. And when you're a nerd, oops, you can just, where is it? Oh, I screwed something up. I took this off of over here. Just throw these things on here. And I actually really like, and I was looking at this morning on my Ninja chart because I have this on Ninja Trader also. The Ninja Trader one is like a mess right now. I'm trying to fix it. But the that third level, when it was lined up with that level that I had already pulled out, I really liked that. I really did like the long. I just traded like shit today. I'm not red, but God, like, my brain's on backwards or something. It happens. I know everyone thinks I'm perfect because I'm the Barbie, but even plastic isn't perfect. Yeah, I like the blue and pink candles too. Originally, I just got sick of looking at purple, at green and red all day. I don't know, it seemed very aggressive. Sometimes it seemed Christmassy, sometimes it seemed aggressive. But I was trading when the market was down a lot too. So like 2001, I was trading that's when I started trading every day. It was a little ugly. There were a lot of red candles. But if you're going to hang out with your charts all day, you should make them how you like them. Plus, we talk about this a lot, but most of trading is sitting here just not doing anything, right? We're just waiting for the trade, and that's okay. But what do? You still want to push the buttons. Like your hands are fidgety, right? So we still got to push some buttons. So I play with the colors. Yeah, what the fuck Wednesday? I'm going to blame it on what the fuck Wednesday. I can't trade for shit today. I'm 18 cents up in one account and like 150 up in another account and 500 up in my big account. That's usually up much better. So it's not my day. At least I'm not down. That was actually one of the main things. I spent months and months working on this because, and y'all are going to relate to this, closing winners too early and taking really bad stops. Moving the stop is like, okay, well, that was my stop, but I think this is going to change. The VIX is going to change. Oh, the dollar is starting to turn. But there's another EMA down here, and I would just keep moving my stop. So then I would take $1,000 stop loss, and honestly, I probably would have, gotten out at $200 on the other side. So, I went through a kind of a spell of that. I guess like a losing streak, just like over and over and over again. That was happening. So, that was what I worked on. That was an eye opener to me. And I was listening to, a podcast or a book on tape or something. Like somebody was asking me, I can't remember what it was. I don't even think it was trading related. But it was talking about we're always focused on our A game and working on when everything's going well and everything's looking up and all the puzzle pieces are coming together. We focus on doing a really, really great job under those conditions, but we very rarely focus on doing on not doing well, but on our game when it's shit. So if you are if you're a mess, if it's not your day, how you manage things on those days is what's going to make the biggest difference. And then when I put that into trading, it's like, oh my God, I literally cannot have the bad days be that bad. My bad days have to be better. And so my big focus was bringing up my bad days because, like, life happens. I think some of y'all are younger, you don't have families and all of that going on, but I'm busy and I want to be busy. Like, I do this to myself on purpose. I've got all these other hobbies that I'm doing. I'm taking care of my family. I want to be able to go do stuff. We want to travel, and I don't want to be sitting at the computer all day. So, why are we doing, like, trying to do that to ourselves, trying to punish ourselves all the time? Use fib extensions for targets. I use them for all kinds of stuff. I'll use them to, I can use them for targets, but okay. There's a trader in our group. If you ever want to talk to him in the Trading Ranch Discord, you know what I haven't done is posted my link. And you know what else I haven't done? So y'all do me a favor. If you buy a prop account, use my links. Most of the time the code's 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. It's like everywhere except for Apex because they're weirdos. Please use my links because that pays for this. I have ads on, but it's manual, so I don't have ads on. It's just so it turns on after. So here's the Discord, but all those links are in the description. And then I also have them on my website. If you go to prop firms, I've been working on this spreadsheet for y'all. And I know I could copy and paste from somebody else's website, but I'm doing mine my way because I like it my way. So it has just the most consolidated way that I can think of to get the information on there. Hello, Sir Potatoes. John Mason, the times, the stars just don't align. Monday was pretty good. Yeah, I wasn't feeling well on Monday. I only traded the morning session. Maybe this whole week isn't my week, but that's okay. I had a massive, I think it was last Monday, I had a massive day, and I don't normally have massive Mondays, but I did. That's kind of part of this, is you just never really know. And I think that's come a little bit more naturally to me because I never had just like, I never showed up to an office and got paid a regular amount. That's just never part of, I have had salaries, but I would have salaries plus bonuses and salaries plus commissions and things. Commotions. But, I never got the same amount. So, and then when I was just selling houses, it was completely based on commissions. And everyone looks at realtors like, oh, you made $30,000. You're so rich. Like, yeah, it's the first paycheck I've gotten this year and it's May. So, but there is some of that, like it all kind of comes at once. So you won't get paid. Like you might get paid once in January from someone that has to move. February's March pretty dead. And then all of a sudden, like May, June, we have most of our sales. And so that's when a lot of that comes in. But trading's kind of like that too. And it's not on as slow of a scale because of course these markets are a lot faster than the real estate market. But it's the same way where I'll have a lot of just slowness. And then it's like, ooh, nice. Now we can go out for steaks tonight. And that's how it works. Just funded an account just on the massive moves on the Israel attack. Yeah, I noticed in the NinjaTrader arena, it was basically whoever caught that move, like instantly went to the front. And it's been shaken out since. Not everyone who got that move is still in the top 5, but that was how people got ahead at the very beginning. I'm watching all these people at my house right now. I'm spying with my cameras. Only 5 more winning days to live with my funded. Nice. Did this transition mess with you psychologically at all? Wait, is the NinjaTrader trade copy tool good? Okay. Y'all are asking me a bunch of stuff. So anytime you're transitioning in the accounts, yeah. So, and the my funded, I don't know which account you have, but what really messes with me is when you can't trade the same amount of contracts. I have a little bit of a complaint there actually, but I mean, that's kind of how these work. Uh-oh. Sorry. Oh, I'll get to the Apex thing in a second. Don't get the Apex one. I'll tell you where to get it. I'll get you the same one better. But so yeah, that's what you have to watch out for, is like, if for me it's more if I have to change my plan at all. So I don't want to change my plan. If I did something well, if my plan worked out well on the evaluation, I don't want to change my plan moving into the other one. And sometimes you still do, because they're limiting your contracts. I mean, that's kind of good because, like, in theory, you can just scale things down. So if you were trading 5 ESs and you can move down to 1, that changes my plan though, because if I'm changing 5, then I have multiple targets. But I usually take a few breaks, like a few days break. I'm starting to run out of words. I might have to end the stream in a little bit here. But when, what am I saying? Like, it's totally fine to just take a few days off from that account too. Like, you don't have to trade it right away. Try not to die. Anyway, for the Apex trade copier, they have white labeled somebody else's trade copier. And I have opinions about this because Apex customer service is shit. And what they are doing is taking your customer service thing and asking Flowbots. Because Flowbots has really good customer service, and that's where they got the shit. So if you go to Flowbots and buy 𝗟𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀, you can use code 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but I don't think it's doing, it gives me a commission, but I don't think it does the 20% off anymore. I think they changed it. They haven't, if they sent me an email, I missed it. The deal has changed, but code 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 should get you something if they have it. I'm going to be looking at another one. I've had somebody approach me telling me that they have a better trade copier. So I'm going to look at that one. I'm still using 𝗟𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀 right now. I like it because you have your leader account and then you have your follower accounts. And you can change. So my PAs have more room in them than an evaluation. So I can scale my leader accounts down to where some of them, or my follower accounts down to where some of them are taking ES and some of them are taking MES and things like that. Try not to die is good advice. Yeah, I'm trying not to die today. I'm like choking on my own, I don't know what. No comments there, huh? Aw, definitely the prettiest streaming trader. I appreciate that. I'm trying to make my setup prettier too, but I didn't finish that the other day, so we're halfway done. I didn't mean for my chat to be so small over here. It needs to be bigger. I don't know. I'm gonna move some stuff around. This is not the final scene, but I'm trying to make it simple on myself too. Since I stream on the other channel too, I have to make it so I don't have like duplicate everything. I use a very good one for Ninja Trader. You can share the name. So my music just came on to play Professor Booty. I cannot talk through that. That's gonna booty. But yeah, so I use 𝗟𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀 and I have for years. They used to have a 20% off with the affiliate code, but I've been hearing reports it doesn't work. What is your strategy for trading the props? To not fuck it up. So I trade my props pretty non-aggressively. It's not very fun. It's not very glamorous. So I know that when you go watch other people, they've got the max amount of valuations going and they're using the max leverage, and I don't. I do not like it. This is like perfectionist in me coming out, but I do not like it when the evals are below the 50K. And so I just work in micros until I've got some buffer to where if I take drawdown on a larger position where it's, 3 micros or 5 micros, it's not going to mess things up. And then I can start building. That's kind of my biggest strategy, is just trade small and trade fast. It depends on what kind of trailing drawdown you're trading with. That's why I've been trading with my funded these days is they don't have the trailing drawdown, or they have trailing drawdown, but it's at the end of the day. So they don't have the intraday trailing drawdown that chases your unrealized profits. I hate that. I also hate, so I always tell people realized gains are sexy, not unrealized. But still, I trail. So my favorite bracket in NinjaTrader, I will have a runner, and the runner has a trail, and it's not going to get the max profit. It very rarely actually hits take profit on that last one. A lot of times I don't even have one. It's literally just trailing to see how much we can get. But if I'm trading something big like an ES or a NASDAQ, I can end up losing, $800-900 just between that target and where it trails down to if it's a really big run. And I don't like that. So I just like to trade where we have the end of day trailing drawdown, because otherwise I just can't fit any of these brackets in. But I try to stick to scalps. I have done longer day trades in the props and I get frustrated. I end up getting fucked. So I trade those mostly in my own personal account. Meaning that if I'm going to be in there all day. So I'd love if I can just wait. This isn't a very good example today, but if this was a support level that I was waiting for down here and I just waited, and I got my entry down here and I was going for a big move, like 50, 70, 80 points, something like that on ES, not on NASDAQ. I'm talking about a big move. So that I would take slower and I would be trailing it more slowly, but that style of trading isn't prop friendly. So I'm looking for quick scalps that I can get in and out in under 45 minutes for sure, but ideally like under 15. I do trade Apex, but you might have just joined. What entries do you look for? Okay, well, so I have kind of different plays that I'll look for, but like right now I use a lot of volume tools. I'm not trading very much on my volume tools yet because we have the roll going on this week. So this week I'm looking for a lot of price action strategies, trading opening ranges, going just breakouts where we have breaking through levels, like price action, really looking for little price action entries. I like playing, we just don't have the good setups today. This is why I was frustrated, but I like playing trend breaks, like 15-minute and 5-minute trend line breaks. I'm just not getting good setups today. And then the setups I did get, I've been executing like shit. And I'm always telling anyone, don't execute like shit. And then I'm executing like shit today. But yeah, I do trade with Apex because, that's where I started. So, I've got 4 or 5 active Apex PAs. One of them has like $90 drawdown left, so that one's basically gone. But I'm just not focused on them right now. I don't like playing games. I don't know. I have a different perspective on prop firms because I talk to prop firm people a lot behind the scenes. Of course, I talk to my funded futures people like the most, so I know kind of what they're doing, but I also pay attention to kind of how their business model is, and because I believe that it should be win-win. If you have a really good prop firm, it should not be predatory where the prop firm's doing all the winning. And of course, they're not going to stay in business if the traders are doing all the winning. So it has to be win-win. And I feel like Apex is not, that's not how they look at it. I'm still using their products though. So, I'm not like hating on them. I'm just very factual with them that they're not taking care of their customers the way some of the other firms are. So, and I don't want to steer people towards any of these scammer ones. So I'm always really, really careful. I get accused of having too many affiliate links. And I have like a third of the affiliate links that the other traders have on YouTube because there actually are people that I've vetted. So I have vetted Apex, but I just think that you should know kind of how they are. They're kind of a little shady sometimes. We all know that. Take Profit Trader I like because so their evaluations are pretty fair. It's harder to keep their live accounts, but their payouts are ridiculously fast, like insanely fast. And then I'm hoping that my funded futures is kind of, I would love like a whole package. Nobody's perfect though. And I don't think that it's fair to just limit yourself to saying I can only trade with one prop firm, because, Apex will let you have 20 accounts. Take Profit, I think, lets you have 5. And my funded will let you have 3. So do I want to limit myself to having 3 or 5 or even 20, or is like the sky the limit? I would rather have the sky be the limit. That's part of the wonderful thing about finance. Yeah, you have to, if you're going to sign up with Apex, you have to be cautious and you have to kind of know what's going on. And they're kind of old school dudes. They're not looking out, like they think that their customers are idiots. They are looking for people to trade. They are looking for talented traders, but they come from the perspective of 1 out of 1,000 of our people are going to be worth a shit, and everyone else is an idiot, and we can treat them like crap because they're going to keep coming back because we have this bargain basement product. But what everyone's kind of getting smart onto is, yeah, you can get an account for like $18, but now we're listening to some other weird Cardi B shit. Hang on. Anyway, getting distracted by my own music. But, they're counting on having you blow that account, reset it, buy another one. And if you actually do finally pass it, then you get an email saying, congratulations, give me some money. And it'll be $150 if it's on special, or it's $180 or something like that. And I don't know. What are we paying for exactly? I try to always look at like that all-in cost, because and there's the best case scenario. If you pass it in 1 month and you don't pay the renewal and all that, that's one rate. But it's just going to get more and more expensive if you have renewals on top of that. In a lot of cases, they aren't wrong about their customers being idiots. That's fair. That's fair. But I don't think that you should treat 99% of your clients like idiots when it's only 90. Like, you're leaving out the rest of the group there. Do I like trade day? No. I don't understand why they take accounts away. I had friends that had accounts taken away. My affiliate account just got taken away. I don't know what the deal is, but I don't know how you keep accounts with trade day. I don't know how you do it. Top Step, I have a little bit of a complicated relationship with, but I don't, it's not for me. And from my perspective, I can't promote Top Step unless I only promote Top Step. So it's never an option for me from that perspective. But I had my Express funded account just closed while I was on vacation, and it's like, what the heck? And I'm not even totally sure what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was because I wasn't trading it often enough. But I wasn't trading it often because all of a sudden, I was able to trade 5 minis. This was what I was talking about earlier. You could trade 5 minis, and then you get into an Express account or micros, the minis, 5 minis. And then you get into the Express account and you can't trade them anymore. You can trade like 1 or 2. And I had this really great strategy going that I was hitting really, really, really well. It's beefing up my Apex accounts fine, but I couldn't put it in Top Step. So I had all these trades that were just not getting put into that account. But they want all of their traders to be very exclusive. This is the same thing that pisses me off about ICT and some of these other groups too, is they try to alienate you. It's like an abusive relationship. It's, it's like the number one play. If you're going to beat the shit out of your lady, first you got to tell her that she can't talk to her friends or family, so she has no one else to go to support her, and you can convince her that everything that you're doing is the best. And that's exactly what ICT does. And Top Step kind of has that thing where no, you need to use Top Step X. Just use Top Step X. We want you on our thing. And I don't think anyone wants to be exclusive in this industry. It's not that kind of industry where you can trust and have warm fuzzies and be exclusive with someone like that. They have to be competitive, and they have to be bringing it. If they're they need to be bringing you the best product and not trying to say that you can't be friends with that guy because if you're going to be friends with me. You'd love to pass an eval. So when I had trouble passing the evals when I was first starting with prop trading, by the way, I was successful in my own account and could not translate it to prop trading for a little while. It's because I was looking and I started with Apex. So what can you trade in an Apex 50K? I think it's like 17 minis or something like that. That's insane, y'all. That's insane. See, so a NASDAQ is worth about 400,000 right now. So 17 times 400. That would be $6.8 million. So you're going to trade $6.8 million in a 50K account that has $2,000 of drawdown. Yeah, you're going to blow the shit out of that. So the first lesson that I had to learn was to scale it way down. So I kind of had like my $200 challenge where I was just trying to make $200. Just $200 and then stop. Like if we're up $200 and stop. If I was up $189, that was close enough because another day it might be $210. So I would just try to get that account up $200 and stop. On the flip side, you can't lose more than $200. But I wasn't trying to make $1,500 or $2,000. I wasn't trying to do it all at once. That makes it harder. And that's kind of the first test of the prop firms is like, do you know how to handle leverage properly and size properly? That is a test. So you can't just go in there with the max leverage and expect things to go well. That's what the arena accounts are for. You want to go play max leverage, go do the arena challenges with NinjaTrader. Yeah. So 10 minis, $2,500 a drawdown. So, well, I mean, that's 4 million. 4 million. You're controlling $4 million in NASDAQ, and you have $2,500 or $2,500 a drawdown. Yeah. Yep. So if you are trading micros, and I keep it usually to 5 or less, especially when I have a brand new eval. But if you keep it to 5 or less, just get to making a profit. It doesn't have to be a $2,000 profit. Just get to making a profit because that's what you can scale. And then you just have to make sure, because you're not always going to have profit. So once you get good at turning profit, then you'll know what happens when you don't turn profit. And then you make sure that can fit inside of your eval. The problem I have is either like forgetting about them and taking too long, or I just want to get it done all in one day. I want to be impatient. I think that's a lot of us. I think you must have 26 micros. I mean, that's like two and a half minis. It's a lot more reasonable than 10. I swear they were allowing 17. Maybe that's the 100K account. There was something crazy. Butt clincher. John, you should join our Discord. We have, oh shit, I didn't set that bot up yet. I should do that. We have the afternoon ass clencher. I haven't been feeling well the past couple of days. I've been totally out of it, and I did not get it running, so I need to get that going. That just reminded me. It's an options play. It's a more advanced options play, but we got all the trades going. Let's type in a password. Ass. I can say that now. I don't have to worry on my channel. Ass. There are kids here though. They're going to be like, what is she doing? All right, let's get this baby rolling so I don't forget. The bot is programmed to run like day after day if I forget, but I don't have my data staying on. It keeps disconnecting in the middle of the night. And then it fails because, yeah, so we'll post that to Discord. And I'm still posting it to the free channel too. All right. Iron Ass Clencher is launched. It will go off at 1:30 my time, 2:30 New York. That's why sometimes I accidentally call it the 130 trade, but Boba's got another trade that's the 130 trade that I have not brought to the group yet. But if y'all like the option spreads, we can get that one going too. I think he's only had a conflict with it once because it's also selling spreads, so it can take the same strike. My bot doesn't always take exactly the same strikes, but he's running the same setup. Oh yeah, anytime. So you want to learn options to buy Nvidia. You know what else I do on Nvidia? I just have a resting order. This is like, if it hits $100, get me in, give me more. So every time Nvidia hits $100, I get filled on some more. I used to do the call thing. I haven't been doing it as much. I absolutely destroyed some calls on Nvidia last year. It's kind of one of those, like, you don't want to test your luck, but let me show you. I want something else. Hang on. I was going to throw some Keltners on here. Show you how I do this. But freaking TradingView won't let me have Barbie's toolbox in the freaking whatever the hell. So here's Nvidia. I don't want to buy it when it's pushing up. These are Keltner channels. So this is the daily, but when it's pushing up in the 2 and 3 ATR Keltner channels, I don't want to buy it. So it is starting to come off of that a little bit, but I would like it to be as far down into the, like, this is a 21 EMA, as far down into something that it can be. So we're not too far off of that. If we go out to the hourly, we can kind of play the same game a little bit. So sometimes this can give you, the hourly can give you a good day to buy calls. So like this day, when it dipped down into the -2 and 3 ATR, that's a good day to buy calls, even if you're still below the midpoint. You can use the Keltner midpoint. I just use the 21 EMA because I'm a weirdo. I don't know. I just do. So if it's below the 21 EMA and in those Keltners and you're bullish, that's a good place to buy. But options aren't that crazy. I think that the hardest thing is making sure you give yourself enough time, enough room in time, because this week's going to be way cheaper and they're going to move a lot more fun right now, but you have to buy to give yourself enough room to get out. So I buy SPY calls all the time. That same little move I just showed you, I buy SPY calls doing that all the time. But I have to get out of them. So I usually buy the monthlies. I was in the June 20th that expire on Friday. I closed those out last week. I do not carry that sort of play into the current week, even though they can get a nice move, because they can get a nice move against me too. And I just want the easy move out of it. So that's the trick is, and I had the same problem when I first started trading options, is buying too close of an expiration because it fit in my account. And it ended up with 0. So, oops. Set an alarm for news. Yeah, so you can just keep DCAing. But if you can use the wheel strategy. I'm not like an expert on the wheel strategy, so I'm not gonna go into all the details. But if you look up the wheel strategy, and if you go into the trading ranch, you can ask Perfect Play about it. He was on here earlier. I don't know if he's still listening, but Perfect Play can teach you about this too, where you have to have a big enough account. So there's that, but you can, if you have a retirement account that you can trade yourself, you can use that sort of thing. But you can sell you can sell options to get yourself in at a better rate. So it's like, it's an advanced dollar cost averaging. So you can also do that. Oh, you're up over 100% on Hood. Nice. Yeah, the Nvidia has been our Discord's claim to fame. I mean, the people who are up 100% on Nvidia like look pathetic next to our guy Justin, who's up like 20,000% or something. Got Nvidia for like 2 cents. I think it's one of the first stocks he ever bought. I also really like Microsoft, so that's another one that I dip buy. Ooh, it's way off on my buy too. Microsoft is another one that gave some really good opportunities on the dip It went under 400. It's up at 480 just since our little tariff dip. That was a good one. It looks like I did average some more of those. And SPY too. I'll just buy SPY. I don't have a great average on it, but I mean, I have profit on it, so that works. But I have so I have a larger account that I have a little bit of everything in. So I will trade futures in it, but it has the terrible margin rate. So like to open a micro, I have to have like $1,200 or $1,500, even up to 2,000 if it's a NASDAQ for a micro. But I still will trade those. And then what I do is I have like a portion of the account that I'll dedicate to that. And then I have a portion of the account that's for holding, and a portion of the account that's for leaps, and a portion of account that's for swing trading and day trading. Most people are not worried about that when they're starting their first account, but that is kind of something you can work up to. When I opened my first account to trade options in, I am not joking though, it was tiny. It was 3 figures, small 3 figures. I opened it with 100, but then I added, so I really started it with 250. 100, I couldn't buy anything. I was trying to even just buy Apple or Disney options. I couldn't buy anything. So I had to start with a little bit more. But still, like $250, and then you can control a call option that controls 100 shares of Apple. Like, that's crazy. And I used to have my Tesla Hyundai. I had a little setup. I was trying to think of, it was actually based on that Keltner chart I just showed you. I would be using that along with a squeeze, and I would get my Tesla Hyundai, just my $100 off Tesla every day. Yeah, you can buy puts. So there's different things you can do. You could just buy calls and puts, and that's actually really exciting because it makes it really easy to just short the market in a different way that you never really thought. And you can also short calls and puts. So when we do that afternoon ask clencher, it's actually a short position, but we're short long and short at the same time because we don't want the market to move. So it's a non-directional play. Because the premiums get sucked out of options like nobody's business at the end of the day. So we sell them, we get to keep the money. Is Tom Hogard on Discord now too? I saw him streaming on YouTube and I didn't know he was doing that. I know he had a Telegram back in the day. I have a hard time following his trades, but they're really interesting. I like how everything's really systematic. I think it's just like the way he speaks. I have a hard time like, what did he just say? But yeah, so someone was telling me, and I need to go back and look at this, that his school run strategy is based on the orb. So he takes the opening range, but then he's watching the first 5 minute. Wait, is it the last 5 minute candle of it or the first 5 minute candle after it? He's watching one of those, and that's his entry signal. Oh, nice! Got 7 shares of Tesla for opening Webull. That's winning. That's your lotto ticket right there. I didn't get that. I think I got a fraction of Apple or some crap like that. I need to put a Webull link, so if somebody signs up with Webull, I get something, right? I haven't. See, I get trashed for like milking the affiliate links, and I'm not even milking it. If I'm gonna get trashed for this, I need to do it. I need to get all the links. I think some companies I make a lot less than people would think, and then some I make a lot more. You never know, guys. You never know, and it varies too. Oh, okay. So you know about the school run then. I was really interested in that one because we just did this whole orb project, and I knew it was kind of roughly based on that, but I've never totally understood it. I need just like bullet points. That's not how Tom works. He does not work in bullet points. I have to translate all of this like massive idea that he has into bullet points, and I haven't been able to do it, but that's on my to-do list. because I could be a very type B trader, and that's something that I work on. My brain's complicated. It's like the type A and the type B are like battling all the time because I want to be both. So I've kind of divided my trading up a little bit, and this is a systematic trade and this is a crazy Barbie trade. We just do it like that. But I think it's good to learn. That's part of the nice thing about having a community of traders online. It's good to learn how people look at the market, because you can really find like what's at the core of everything. We're noticing patterns, right? We're recognizing all these patterns, and we're all recognizing patterns in different ways, but you could recognize patterns in the way that people recognize patterns. And that's always really eye-opening. Okay, what you're talking about is his reversal trade at the open. I know he trades it on NASDAQ a lot, or at least he used to. I wasn't listening to him on YouTube though. It was before he was on YouTube. I was listening to some of his, well, morning for me. But I like his outlook. Plus, I could be kind of a wimpy trader, and I think that comes from the whole reason I never even pursued finance in the first place, even though I was interested as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, all that, is because my family just told me how terrible it was and how I was going to lose all my money, and they just totally discouraged me. And I think that every single time I come to my trading desk, I'm battling a little of that in the back of my head, like, this is no good. And so Tom is the opposite of that. Tom is, let's get this. We're going to go get that money. We're going to go big or go home. And just that fearlessness. I can use a little bit of that. I need to borrow some of that from Tom. Yeah, see, I don't mess with DAX. I can see why he does. NASDAQ, I can groove with him on. Even though my baby is ES. ES is baby. Alrighty. Well, I just kind of miscalled this low, or I would have had a better buy. I think if I had a better buy this morning, I would have been able to hold on to it longer, but I just kind of missed that buy. Yep, best loser wins. I have it. I showed it to somebody the other day. Yep, it's right here. This it's not really a casting couch, y'all. That's where I read. I know it's more fun for the group to call it the casting couch. But the whole reason that there's a couch in here is this is our library. As I stream from our library, and yeah, this book's right here. You do have to watch out on Discord too. I don't know why they can't control this shit. There's so many fakers. I always tell people to look, because there's a bunch of fake bull Barbies around there trying to tell you about my crypto scheme. There's no crypto scheme, but they don't have the same initiation date on Discord. It's always like this year or maybe last year if they're really sly and have gotten through. But a coworker kept warning you about stocks so you don't take advice from someone who can't pay their electric bill. I mean, that is facts right there. But yeah. I was trying desperately to not have an argument because it kept going that way. But I had someone come to me in an absolute panic last night because the stock market has crashed and they have to pull all of their money out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The stock market has crashed. Can't you see? It's Trump. Trump in his tweets. The stock market has crashed. You guys, I have on my phone right here, I have the current ES. This goes all night. It's like the trading view. So I looked down, I was like, well, ES futures is at 60.41 because that's what it was at the time. And he's like, yeah, but my portfolio is in the S&P 500. And I was like, yeah, okay. It was like going nowhere. I was just, So guys, the market has crashed. You need to panic sell. why do you ask me about this stuff if you're just going to mansplain to me? And I was like, dude, the fact that you are mansplaining to me about the S&P 500 right now. I didn't go for it though. I didn't go for it. It's okay. It's like, dude, we're bouncing off all-time highs. Bouncing off all-time highs. Yeah, as I mean, if we move down, I'm buying more stocks. Like, it's hard to buy during all these, but this is exactly, yeah, this is the daily. Hard to buy here. You should buy here. Like when it looks the ugliest, because this is what we had. We had bad, super ugly. This candle right here told you to buy. This was a buy candle. A lot of people didn't listen to it. I didn't right away. I bought it in here. I needed a day to be all like, are we really not putting in another one? But that's when you go look and you're like, holy shit, Nvidia is at $98 and Microsoft is at $389, and you just load that shit up. Even if you're not sure, if you're buying equity in something that you believe is going to be going on or is going to continue to exist in a few years. This is the other thing I was putting into context for people last night. I went out to the daily. This is the stock market since 2020. Okay, here we are, 2020. I was trying to zoom it properly right there. This is the stock market since 2020. The COVID low on ES, and this is an adjusted chart, so it's actually going to be generous. 2174. 2174. 5 years ago. 2174. 5 years ago. Tell me how this is down. Tell me how this is down. Do I buy international in your portfolio at all? Not really. I don't really need to. These two ladies here, and hey, I'm getting myself distracted. I've got the wrong screen up telling me my preview. These two ladies here and these ladies over here keep me hella busy. I will kind of glance at, so like those are all tied. I just showed you the tech stocks. So those are all tied together. The NASDAQ, the S&P, and the tech stocks are all tied together. If I'm going to cheat on them, if I'm going to go out for a night, it's going to be on crude or gold because they move differently and they're not necessarily correlated. They have their own groove. They're kind of correlated, but they've got their own personality. Yeah, the Discord is quiet today. It's always either hopping or not. But I don't know about y'all. I'm going to go have some fun tomorrow. Day off. Some people are like, oh no, the market's closed. I'm like, yep, let's go. Come back at it on Friday. Hit it hard. There you go. You want to buy some international stuff, John Mason. I almost called you Jason, but that works too, right? John Mason. If you put them together, there you go. Now I'm still curious about what all these Tom Hogard strategies. I need the Tom Hogard cheat sheet. Wonder if anybody's made that. All right, you know what else, y'all? I'm getting hungry. The market's getting slow. I think I'm gonna go eat lunch. No streams tomorrow because I'm gonna go have fun. But I'll be back Friday. So Friday we're planning, I'll be on the My Funded Future stream, and then I should be back over here with Rob. That's the plan anyway. Sometimes we get pulled away for stuff, but I should be on the My Funded Future stream. And yep, we'll do that. Oh, go to my website before I lose y'all. I'll type it in here. Go to my website and click on giveaways. And you can do all the things. I actually still forgot to put a new secret code on there. But the secret code right now is coupon not found. So if you want the secret code, I don't post it anywhere. It's just for joining me. I just give it to you. There should be a new one by now. I just got, like I said, I wasn't feeling well earlier this week, so I'm behind. So coupon not found is the current secret code for the June giveaway. I have 5 free months to Trading Ranch, which gets you all of the indicators for NinjaTrader and TradingView. There's three or four of them going right now. And then we have 5 My Funded Futures accounts that I'm giving away. And I'll try to do another good giveaway for y'all in July. So let me know what works, what doesn't work. Instead of trying to keep up with weekly giveaways, I decided I'm going to give away more things once a month. So, oh, Rob is Perfect Play. He's in our Discord. I'll post that link too. He is an old school trader that is really great at training new traders. He's the creator of Firelines. This is the Fireline system. So like I was saying, when you're between the blue and the purple, it's a no trade zone. So it's not great for today, but usually like these levels hit, they're good. And it's a really simple way. If you're brand new to looking at the market and need just a complete way to start, that's why I partnered with Rob to bring that. Because I have toys, but they're kind of here, there, and everywhere. And Rob has put this all into one thing. I really love, so the blue ones are the magic levels. I love the magic levels with the fire lines, at least the bigger ones, not the daily ones, but the weekly and the monthlies. So if you go to if you go to bullbarbie.com and click on giveaways, there's a giveaway running. Can I show this? Is my thing set up? Like I said, I am kind of hodgepodge the stream together today. Yep, just a sec. So go here, and then up here it says giveaways. And then you wait for this little guy to load. And there's one of the prizes. We're giving 5 50K starter plus accounts and then 5 free months for the Trading Ranch indicators. And you have all these ways you can enter. This is the secret code right here. So you have to start with your email because that's how I'm going to get in touch with you. But the secret code is coupon not found, no spaces. And I was supposed to change that. So I'll try to get a new one up for Friday. We'll give you a special one on that stream. It's just a way to get extra entries on the giveaway for joining me on this stream. I need to get like a wheel or something. I'm looking at that stuff for on this stream so I can do some giveaways here too. I'm working on it. I'm learning. There's a lot to streaming. It's a lot. There's a lot more pieces than I thought. But all right, y'all, I'm going to head out. And while I'm leaving, I will leave y'all with the kick-ass new song. And I should do a contest or something for making a music video. If you're creative, I'll give something for best music video. All right, y'all. See ya soon.
Yeah. It's a 𝗟𝗏𝗁𝗁. Yeah.
She steps in the room like a Wall Street queen. Stacks so high they're touching the screen. No suits, no ties, just a pink power suit. Kicking down doors in a Louboutin boot. Bull Barbie takes the gains, leaves the rest. Sharp as a blade, she's passing the test. No room for the fake, no time for the slow. She's the I watch her profits grow. She's got charts in her mind and gold in her grip. Every trade she makes is a mic drop flip. They try to keep up, but they're miles behind. Bull Barbie's a storm, a mastermind. They call her the boss, but she's more than that. Turns every bear into a welcome mat. No whispers, no doubt, she's loud and proud. Riding that bull right through the crowd. Barbie takes the gains, leaves the rest. Sharp as a blade, she's passing the test. No room for the fake, no time for the slow. She's the watch her profits grow. So here's to the queen who's rewriting the game. Bull Barbie's the fire, the unstoppable flame. She's got the hustle, the muscle, the drive to win. Bow down to the trader with the ultimate spin.